very good Tuesday morning to everyone out there. Landon here with you to bring you your latest weather or not forecast, courtesy of Ohio Valley Insurance. Gonna wait here just a few minutes, folks, to let people get logged on. We have got a potential significant severe weather event that is on par to unfold throughout the day. We're going to be jumping into the details of all of that, all right? So we're going to be diving in here and we're going to be breaking it down. And folks, we're already seeing an active start out there. As you can see here, looking over the latest surface map along with the satellite, all right? So we've got this deep southerly flow that is pouring in here out of the south. We've got these cold fronts. It's oriented off to our west. It's going to be blasting east throughout the day and it's going to be making its way through here. Out ahead of these cold fronts, what we're already seeing throughout the overnight and this morning is this deep southerly flow bringing in all of the very rich, warm, moist air out of the Gulf of Mexico right up into our vicinity, priming our atmosphere for the severe weather that is anticipated to unfold. So let's switch this over here to the latest radar and let's zoom in to try and give you a better idea of what we have unfolding out there. All right, so if we can jump over here, we can select this and get our technology to behave. Maybe we can give you a little bit better idea of exactly what is currently occurring and going on out there. All right, so we have got this line of strong and severe storms that is located just west of the Wobbles community. Now hold on just a second, I'll outline this for you. We have got the Wobbles community is located right here, all right? Warren, Allen, Barron, Butler, Logan, Edmondson, and Simpson County. And we have this initial line of storms that is plowing east and is going to be arriving here in Owensboro momentarily. But it's important to note that these line of the strong and severe storms is currently pulling off to the north and east. Now we have some of this trailing out down here off of the back that is developing to the southwest edge of this. Some of this could brush us, folks, as we push northeast through the region. As we can already see, we got some speckled light rain showers out there currently, and our Skycam network is showcasing that is reaching the ground. D93 Skycam showcasing the cloud cover along with the scattered light rain showers out there. Same can be said as we jog down to our south, overlooking Gold City. Look at the blanket of cloud cover out there, folks, and you can see how it's difficult to see back there on the horizon with the light rain and the mist that is already occurring here and across the entire region. We want the rain and clouds to stick around throughout the entirety of today to help mitigate our severe weather risk. Bar none, that's the bottom line. If we can get some breaks of sunshine in here after this initial round goes through here, our atmosphere is going to become extraordinarily charged for the opportunity of a significant severe weather outbreak from roughly early afternoon lasting through the early part of this evening, all right? We're already located in the mid and upper 60s across the region. Dew points are already sustaining well above where they need to be to support strong and severe convection. Dew points are already up between the mid and upper 60s as well. We're going to take highs up somewhere between the mid and upper 70s this afternoon. Some cloud cover and rain showers could dictate that across the region. But again, folks, if we keep the rain and clouds in here, that is fantastic news for us throughout the day. That's why we're going to be watching that morning round we were just watching very closely, all right? Here is the surface setup throughout the day, and you can pretty much gather the idea of what's occurring. Look at how broad this warm sector is. The warm sector is south of the warm front, stretching up through the upper Ohio Valley, just south of the Great Lakes, and east of the cold front. That is where all these deep southerly winds are pouring in here, providing the needed ingredients for this to become a concerning scenario as we work throughout the day. Let's jump over here and let's take a look at the latest model guidance and give you the full breakdown and a little bit of the science behind what is going to be unfolding for us, all right? So we're going through this morning. Short-term model guidance is picking up nicely on that batch of strong and severe storms that we were just looking at. Now, as we work throughout this morning, folks, we could have a few sporadic cells that get going, and the ingredients in the atmosphere would support those becoming strong relatively quickly, or maybe even on the severe scale as we've already seen, all right? So that can't be ruled out, but our focus is going to be from right around lunchtime through this evening, okay? So around the 12 to 1 p.m. time frame, lasting through roughly 7 p.m. this evening, and you're going to see why. So rolling through mid-morning, again, folks, some of these strong cells could be impacting the area and packing quite a punch. But take a look as we work into this afternoon. We get a little bit of a lull in activity, especially right along the I-65 corridor. And then we have these rounds of these discrete supercells that start developing and then tracking north and east right through the area. Supercells can remain somewhat discrete, and supercells are responsible for producing violent tornadoes, all right? So that is obviously a concern today, along with very strong damaging straight line winds and large hail. Folks, we have all storm modes and all severe weather hazards that are going to be with us throughout the day, but maximized in the afternoon and evening time frame. You'll note here as we work into 4 and 5 p.m. this evening, it looks like the initial batch is moving out of here. But here comes the parent cold front with yet another round as we progress right around sunset. So right around 6 to 7 p.m., the last of it will be out of here and tracking south and east through the region, all right? So Landon, you've showed us the simulated radar with all these speckled rainbow colors it's working through here. What does it mean in layman terms? Well, let's take a look at some of the other parameters that our atmosphere is providing. First and foremost, we have 4 primary ingredients we look for severe weather: moisture, shear, lift, and instability. The cold front blasting through here along with the upper level jets throughout the atmosphere is going to provide more than enough lift in the atmosphere to get these storms up and going, okay? Moisture? Say less. Take a look at these readings. Dew point skyrocketing up, holding strong between the mid and upper 60s, progressing through mid-morning. Here we are getting into lunchtime. Here we are working through the afternoon. Folks, mid and upper 60s in the dew point department, more than sufficient to support strong and severe thunderstorms. We're also going to have the needed shear within the atmosphere, which is the change in wind speed and direction with height. That helps to keep the storms organized whenever those wind fields behave in that manner. And wouldn't you guess it, models is showcasing that we will also have that shear available across the region as well, okay? Now jumping over here and taking a look as well, we've got the instability, the storm fuel that's going to be available within our atmosphere. Take a look at this morning, that the instability is somewhat mitigated off to our south and west, but as the day wears on, the southwesterly flow, look at all that instability just surging up into our area. Here we are rolling into mid-morning. Here we are looking at lunchtime, and then from lunchtime on, folks, that is whenever we're going to get this instability to become maximized across the region, thus resulting in our peak severe weather threats to work throughout the day. It continues throughout the afternoon, and then finally this evening, with the passing of the cold front, we bring an end to those instability values as well, okay? So again, with all storm modes being on the table, folks, we need to have multiple ways of being aware should any warnings be issued. Have your safety plan already in place and execute that safety plan should a severe thunderstorm or tornado warning be issued, okay? Now on the topic of tornadoes, what we are looking at right here is updraft helicity. Helicity is the amount of rotation that an updraft can grab a hold of and get rooted as it comes into an environment that's favorable for that. Take a look at the shear markers as we work throughout the day, most notably this afternoon and evening. Here we are looking at lunchtime into 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 p.m. I do not like seeing shear markers that are laid out in a swath that covers several hundreds of miles. That is suggesting supercells that can get rooted within the atmosphere and creating these helicity and rotation streaks that suggest the opportunity of some long track and violent tornadoes occurring. Again, all this will be conditional upon the morning activity and what occurs throughout the day. If we get the rain and we get the clouds to become more numerous and hang tough here throughout the day, these severe risks are going to be mitigated, but guidance is not suggesting that that will be the case. So with these shear markers blasting right here is wobbles, all right? We've got shear markers down across the south, blasting right through the heart, just right along and through Bowling Green, up into parts of Brownsville, and then stretching up past the I-65 corridor. We are definitely going to need to monitor this potential severe weather outbreak very closely as we work throughout the day. Now, what I was just mentioning, folks, we were talking about the opportunity of supercells developing. What occurs whenever we have a supercell develop is we have the warm inflow of air that comes in here from the southeast side of the storm. We get a rear flanking downdraft that wraps around the back side. And right here in what's known as the hook echo of the storm, folks, is where the rotation becomes maximized and where tornadoes are birthed and put down on the ground, all right? So this is the type of storm that we're looking at potentially developing as we work throughout the day. Just north, it's not just a tornado, okay, that comes along with these. Just north of where the center of rotation is, we have the precipitation core. Not only are we talking about significant amounts of rain that can be produced, but folks, we're talking about hailstones on the magnitude of golf ball, perhaps even baseball size hail that can be developed within the updrafts of these extraordinarily complex and strong supercellular storm structures. Right along the leading edge, this is the forward flanking downdraft of supercell storms. They have surging, damaging winds that can come off of those as well. So, with these being the case and what models are suggesting throughout the day, discrete supercells develop, then they congeal and come together and form a line as they continue to blast east across the remainder of the state. So we are going to have to watch this very closely. Looking at the latest from the Storm Prediction Center, we have still been labeled underneath a 3 out of 5 on the severe weather risk table. That is known as an enhanced risk. It is worth noting that a rare level 4 out of 5 moderate risk has been expanded to the south and west to include E-Town, stretching over to Meade County, over near Hardinsburg as well. Folks, it's getting dangerously close here to the north side of the Wobbles community. With the guidance that we've seen come in overnight, the Storm Prediction Center expanded that risk area closer to our vicinity. If we do get some sunshine to break out, folks, and just the given dynamics and the setup of this environment, I am very concerned for this afternoon. So again, I would please advise you to not be scared, to be prepared. And in case this potential severe weather outbreak does come to fruition and things come together like we expect to be the case, you will need to know where your safety plan is, and please execute that as necessary. Now let's break down our severe weather hazards to come along with this, and they are rather significant to say the least. If you look there on the left side of the screen, they are giving us a hail probability, and they have listed the potential of up to baseball size hail coming along with some supercells that could be developing as well. They have placed us in a probabilistic category. We have been given a 30 to 40% probability of large hail occurring within 25 miles of your location today. As far as severe wind, we have been given a 30 to 45% probability of seeing damaging winds within 25 miles of you. And folks, it's worth noting, with the given dynamics, models are spitting out the opportunity of damaging winds on the cusp of 80 plus miles an hour. That is greater than hurricane force winds that could be coming along with this. And of course, you can look there on the right side of the screen. We have our tornado probabilities. We have been given a 10 to roughly 15% probability of a tornado occurring within 25 miles of you this afternoon and evening. You can see the hatched, the black hashes that they provided there. That is signifying the opportunity of violent long track tornadoes. That risk is going to be maximized from roughly E-Town to points northward, but we will have the given environment in our area as well to produce long track violent tornadoes. So please take this threat seriously. And we're going to be walking you through this throughout the day and updating you should anything change or any updates that you all need to be aware of, all right? So before we jump off of here, I want to jump back over here real quick and take a look at the latest radar, okay? As you can see, as previously mentioned, we got a severe thunderstorm warning now that has been issued just to our west over here in Muhlenberg County for winds upward of 70 miles an hour. It also has a tornado possible tag coming along with that as well. So we're going to be right back here with you folks. If any severe warnings get issued throughout the day, please share our platforms with your friends and family. We are going to be live across all platforms should any severe weather warnings be issued. That includes, but not limited to, our YouTube channel, our X platform, our Facebook page, all those good things. We're going to be live and we'll be bringing you the updates as necessary. Your reports are extraordinarily vital, folks, and we appreciate those to a great extent, okay? Without question, the most prolific platform whenever it comes to weather is X or Twitter. We would encourage you to come over there and join us, as we'll be updating on that platform most frequently throughout the day as well, all right? So I want to jump over here real quick and give you the full 5-day forecast breakdown. We've got strong severe thunderstorms on the cusp throughout the entirety of today. Heightened risk from early afternoon, roughly 12 to 1 p.m. through roughly 7 p.m. tonight. Then the bottom's going to drop out, folks. Strong northwest winds pour in behind the cold front. On Wednesday, wind chills down into the 40s throughout the day. Highs between the upper 40s, lower 50s. Scattered rain showers. It is not going to be pretty. That's a promise. Even colder throughout our Thursday with cloud cover trying to hang strong. And then sunshine finally breaks out Friday on into the start of the weekend. Folks, that is going to wrap up this Tuesday morning Whether or Not Bowling Green weather forecast, brought to you by Ohio Valley Insurance. You all stay safe today. Check up on your friends and family, and stay right here with us as we'll be updating you, the entire team. We've got all hands on deck. We'll be updating you as necessary. God bless all of you. Stay safe out there and vigilant as